retrospect, the royal car chase may be seen as a significant moment rather than a trivial tabloid story. You may have a different perspective and believe there were other, more impactful instances when things took a turn for the worse for Harry and Meghan. Whether it was Oprah's interview, the controversy surrounding Netflix, the heated arguments about tights, the Fijian market incident, the diamond earrings from MBS, the reported thoughts of suicide at Cirque du Soleil, or the explicit content in Spare, these events could be considered pivotal. However, none of them made me think, that's it, it's over. They've reached the point of no return, just like IMELDA Marcos. They seemed completely unhinged, embarking on a desperate escape, looting diamonds and leaving chaos in their wake as they fled from a crumbling palace, with crying children, crumbling walls, helicopters, gunshots, and scattered pearls. It was a spectacle that left everyone astonished, witnessing these once glamorous beings now appearing washed up and forlorn, like fallen despots in disarray. Yet, that's precisely what crossed my mind at 3:30 p.m. on Wednesday when they issued a statement claiming they had a near-catastrophic car chase in Manhattan, when in reality, they hadn't. It was unbelievably tasteless. Who would do such a thing? It was sheer madness. I won't delve into the details of the chase minute by minute. You can find the countless live feeds, grids, diagrams, graphs, explanations, debates, interviews, and post-match analyses elsewhere. The crux of the matter is this. On Tuesday, shortly after attending an award ceremony where Meghan received recognition as a woman of vision, the couple alleged that they were pursued in an intensely aggressive car chase around the same few blocks for a staggering 2 hours. Why did it take so long? Primarily because the couple frantically switched between 3 different vehicles. They initially left the event in a 4x4 accompanied by a police escort, circling around for 75 minutes in an attempt to elude the paparazzi, only to seek refuge at a nearby police station when their plan failed. They hid in the station's garage for 15 minutes until someone called for a taxi. When the taxi became stuck behind a garbage truck, they returned to the same police station and finally boarded another vehicle that took them to their nearby accommodation, a mere 2 blocks away. As I mentioned before, it was pure madness. All of these locations were easily reachable on foot. It couldn't have been simpler. However, we are expected to believe that it was the paparazzi who behaved like deranged animals, recklessly driving on sidewalks, endangering pedestrians, causing numerous near collisions while pursuing them with cars, scooters, and bicycles. The Duke claims it brought him closer than ever to understanding his mother's tragic demise. However, as the New York police dryly stated afterward, there were no reported accidents, tickets, injuries, or arrests. Even the taxi driver who transported them for 15 minutes mentioned that the details had been exaggerated. Nothing about their night rings true anymore. I am not just referring to the couple's statement, clearly penned by Meghan. I can recognize those Disney-esque descriptions, relentless pursuit, anywhere. But the phony and ridiculous award she received, the fear, drama, and danger, it was all fabricated. I had no intention of writing about the royals, but this situation is simply too appalling. It's harmful for us to constantly have individuals making false claims about events that never occurred. The constant stream of conflicting information, apologies, truth, is detrimental. The truth is, that taxi chase reflects Harry and Meghan's mentality. It embodies their paranoia, chaos, and their ongoing attempt to portray themselves as victims. If you watch their Netflix series, you can observe how they fuel each other's anxiety to the point where they forget how to behave normally. During a brief car ride, Meghan informs Harry of each paparazzo's whereabouts, essentially signaling when he should feel afraid, while he nervously whispers, "We'll be with friends in less than 10 minutes. I hold him just as accountable as her." They are now spiraling into a realm of fiction and fantasy. Ironically, you can't help but wonder, are you okay? For instance, why did they feel threatened when they had a police escort throughout the entire ordeal? Should Harry's fixation on photographers become the police's problem? If Meghan truly is a woman of vision, why couldn't she envision a simple, trouble-free trip to the Upper East Side, where they were staying with a secretive friend? And why did they believe it was a wise move to demand copies of all photos, videos, and/or films taken by the photographers when the story wasn't going in their favor the next day? The photo agency scoffed at their request. Do they not understand how the photography industry works? Harry should know better. An agency doesn't hand over material simply because third parties demand it be given to them, as perhaps kings can do. They're no longer in the palace. When Meghan entered the picture, we all had the same thought. Finally, an intelligent, worldly, sophisticated woman who was truly in love with Harry. And if she was the activist she claimed to be, even better. She could subtly expose the royal family for what it truly was: snobbish, backward, uncool, average, and unjust. And then, who knows what could have happened? She could have been a genuinely subversive figure and dismantled it from within, a dream scenario. But none of that materialized. Instead, the royal family has managed to reveal Meghan and Harry's true nature. A pair of aimless hangers-on with inflated egos. The more the family carries on with their duties, the more the couple appears incensed. We had been anticipating it for 3 weeks. How would Meghan retaliate against Charles for daring to have the coronation? And now, we have our answer. What must the royals think when they see the shabby pictures of the Sussexes in a dismal taxi during their departure from Manila? Sorry, I meant Midtown? Speaking of today's disappointments, Radio 4 seems to have lost its allure. I can't even recall the last time I tuned in. Occasionally, I may listen to the podcast of In Our Time, hosted by the brilliant Melvin, but why bother with whiny academics and obscure subjects like Chartism when Dominic Sandbrook and Tom Holland cover similar topics, with more wit and less political correctness, on The Rest is History. Take, for instance, their episode titled Top 10 Eunuchs. Although I do wish they would profile more women. As for the Today program, it holds no appeal. Mashal Hussain is dull, Amol Rajan is grating, and Nick Robinson feels outdated. The other two are hardly the dream dinner party guests. What you need is charisma, spontaneity, mischief, humor, and a hint of danger. By turning the channel into a lecturing, politically correct echo chamber of stern, humorless clergymen obsessing over Ukrainian banderas, Radio 4 has lost all those qualities in its listenership. The channel's ratings have plummeted to their lowest point in 16 years. Where are the trailblazers? The audacious individuals who captivate and enthrall audiences with their larger-than-life presence? The ones who ignite passion and curiosity, compelling people to tune in. In a society that demands flawlessness, we stifle the freedom to express thoughts and ideas, ultimately stifling the very essence of human thinking and discourse. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video entertaining, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more royal staffs in the future. Thank you for your support, and I look forward to seeing you all at the next one.